Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Sips Sports Bar. We got a great crowd here. I mean, matter of fact, it's a packed house here tonight. This is one of our largest crowds. We got a lot of great guests, and we're gonna, hey, thanks for watching our show. It's a beautiful day in the city. It looks like everybody come out. They had cabin fever, not anymore. And then we have a special announcement. Happy birthday to Stephanie Hayner. If you don't know, that's Chip the Prophet Hayner's wife. He's sitting in the seat there. Smoking Jim Frazier's here. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. And we're going to have a great show here tonight. Thanks for watching us on Verizon 32. Thanks again on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. They have some tradition here now that they start drinking every time I mention, well, we have 2562 likes on Pittsburgh Sportsline Facebook. So thank you. And anybody here that has a smartphone, unlike this, if you want to like Pittsburgh Sportsline, we'll get an update, and then maybe I can mention it's Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. Happy birthday, Stephanie. We're going to start our show off with what's on our mind, and we're going to do that right now. Chip the Prophet Hayner, what's on your mind?
Oh, thank you very much, Alan. What's on my mind this week is, oh my Lord, we had a spring day today. The sun was shining, I was out in a t-shirt, I was loving life, and 3 weeks from today, Pirates home opener. Can I get some love for the Pirates? That's what I like to hear, some enthusiasm. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to work up some enthusiasm for the other spring Pittsburgh sports team, the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins have been kind of sleepwalking ever since the Olympic break, and I think this week is going to be very telling. They've got home-and-home series against Washington and Philadelphia this week, and I'm looking for them to go 4-0. And right now we're winning 2-1 over the Capitals, and you know, I'm looking to see why the Penguins turn things around and start skating like they want to win a Stanley Cup, because they've been sleepwalking for a month, and you know, it's time for them to get on the stick. But that's all that's on my mind tonight, Alan.
Thanks, Chip. I appreciate that. Boy, what an enthusiastic crowd, Smoking Jim.
I'm telling you.
Smoking Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
There it is, buddy.
you got to see Levine. Hey, I like to start off each and every show by giving a shout out to my main man, Dan, the man who makes the best coffee on the planet. If you like coffee, get a cup from Dan. You won't be disappointed. Please take care of your bartenders and waitresses. Brandy, wave to all your fans.
Where's she at?
She's waving. And if you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor, grab a menu, because 2 weeks ago I had the best meatball hoagie ever had in my life, and it's because of the chef. The Chef Pete's in the back. Want to give a shout out to the international master photographer, Bill Boyce. Give yourself a hand, Bill. On Saturday, February 28th, I was with my friend Jamie Dixon. So congratulations to the University of Pittsburgh for recruiting 6'8" forward, one of the Luther twins, Ryan Luther, who's only the second City League or Pitt recruit in Jamie Dixon's era. And I'll tell you what, I've heard some people say that on any given day, Pitt can beat anybody. I don't know about that, but I know they can lose to anybody. Jamie Dixon blew it when he didn't recruit the Andre Kane and DJ Kennedy from Shinley. Jamie Dixon blew it when he didn't recruit 6'10" Barnett Harris and Tyler Scott of Gateway. Look at these names: Sean Miller, Kurt Bruce, Sam Bam Clancy, Darrell Porter, DeJuan Blair, all local players who had legendary careers at Pitt. Jamie Dixon, Western Pennsylvania players are some winners. I'd rather have the crumbs off a winner's table than a whole loaf from a loser. Listen, the road through Tobacco Road runs through the City league. If you want to go to the Final Four or win a national championship, you got to recruit from the WPIAL. Listen, all babies are born with 3 fears. I don't care if they're born with a hat from North Carolina, a hat from Duke, Syracuse, UCLA, Kentucky, or Coppin State. They're born with the fear of heights, they're born with the fear of loud noises, and they're born with the fear of Western Pennsylvania.
I thought you were going to say Gateway.
Now, Dom, I'm taking all the money you got on Smoking Jim. That's my man. There's no way the announcer of Pittsburgh Power Football can outblast him, because I am deaf in this left ear, and I am fearful of loud noises, and one of them's right here. So I have to tone it down a little bit. There's a Sips Sunday special here. $3 specials. Can you get a close-up, Aaron? She got the close-up. I'll read it. We need Brandy here, but she's busy with all the people here. She can't read the menu today. $3 Bloody Marys. Start your Sunday off right. $3 4 jumbo shrimp and fries. We got to come here. $3 calamari and fries. I know you like that. And then your specialty, $3 fried clams and fries. And then a $3 fish and fries. Smoking Jim, we're coming here next Sunday. I'm telling you. How do we miss that? Wow, you know what? That fear I have, I'm starting to sweat here with that loud noise. And I don't know if you noticed this, but our 4th co-host I didn't mention. Nothing happened to him. He's going to be here a little late. He usually shows up for a Z-Time segment, Zach Brenner. So that's who he is. It's a towel. It's still clean. What's on my mind was Pitt. I'm happy they locked up the 5th seed. They'll be playing Thursday. Now, I want Pitt to do well, and I'm hoping that they're on a streak, that they're going to get hot now. Look, they finally had a kid make a bucket under 2 seconds, and nobody called a timeout. I mean, that's a bonus. Then they went in overtime, and they basically dominated the game. So I'm a happy Pitt fan right now. Go Pitt. I'm going to do a short What's on My Mind, because we got a lot of great guests, and we're going to start with our guests right now. Smoking Jim, I can't do an intro, and we don't have a PA system. Could you please introduce one of your best friends here, who's also a singer, who's been on our show? And I hate to preview it, but she will be doing a song.
How in the world do we ever get her to come here? National recording artist. Not only is she beautiful, not only is she talented, but she's from Western Pennsylvania, born and bred. Please put your hands together for the beautiful Kia Starr.
How are you doing, Kia? Welcome back.
Thank you.
It seems like it's been a year since you've been on. Glad you could put it in your busy schedule.
Thank you.
I like that new hairdo you have. What are you going to sing for us?
Natural Woman.
Okay. Well, you got your biggest fan right here, and I'm deaf in the left ear, and I know I won't be deaf in the right ear after this. Here, we'll try to give you the mic there. There's only so far you can go with that.
Okay.
Be careful. And there's Mike. You want to introduce Mike?
This is Mike Davis, an extraordinaire.
All right, Mike.
You two got to get
Guitar
close. You know what? You two got to get close here. If you move a little bit closer to the table there.
Can you please move the water out of the way? Sure.
Would it help if they move a little bit?
I got it.
Okay. He should tell me when he's photo. The best.
Looking out into the morning rain. Oh, Lord, I was so uninspired. 'Cause when I knew I had to face another day, oh, Lord, I was was so uninspired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. You're the key to my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Looking out into the morning rain. Oh, I was so uninspired. 'Cause when I knew I've had to face another day, Lord, I was so uninspired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. You're the key to my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Oh boy, look what you've done to me. Oh, and you make me feel so good inside. And I just want to be close to you. 'Cause you make me feel so alive. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Natural woman.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Have a seat. We'll chat for a minute here. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Very soulful.
Thanks.
We appreciate it. That's one of the best songs we've ever had compared to your other song that you had. It's #1 this year.
I'm like, all right, I'll take it.
And you'll have to see it on Verizon 32. I'll post it up on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. I'll even send it to your page.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll see it.
Yes, thank
Even
you.
Mike, since we're friends. We can't leave Mike out in the dark. That was beautiful. Great guitar man.
Thank you.
Where are you playing next? Anywhere we should know? Do you got anything going on?
Hopefully I'll be playing at the Savoy. I have a band. They're called Brother to Brother. They are excellent.
Brother to Brother, I think I've heard of them.
Yeah.
Haven't they been around for a while?
They've been around for a while.
Yeah.
They were signed to, I think they had a record label with Atlantic or Warner
Yeah.
Brothers, one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were awesome. So hopefully I'll be playing with them. And,
Great.
I'll be having my first show at the Savoy. That's be like a dream come true.
Well, you keep us posted,
Okay.
and we'll make sure we can try to show up.
Okay.
Just so it's not Monday or Tuesday.
All right. Gotcha.
All right.
Thank you so
Kia,
much.
thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.
It's a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
You're welcome.
Great to have
You aren't going to hear him. There's no PA system. He's no smoking Jim. And I tried to warn the people in the front row that he's no smoking Jim. Dom, introduce yourself right now. It's live. Here.
This guy is doubting me right now.
I doubt him.
I just
Here
gotta
we
say
go.
this right now.
Sit down.
Stand up,
Sit
sit,
down.
sports
Sit
bar,
down.
and make some noise.
Sit down.
This is Pittsburgh Sportsline, the best sports talk show in the city.
Wait, here they are. And here's the best promo that I have.
Power, baby. Go, Power! I think we see some Power fans here in the audience.
You want to name who they are?
We got Bob and Mary Marshman, Dee Withrup, Sean Mooney, Diana Curley.
Hold it. Bring one of your biggest fans who has a tattoo. Bob Marshman, come on up.
All right, Marshman, come on up. I got two here with tattoos.
Well, I don't know him. You didn't introduce me.
Well, he's going to kick your butt if you don't bring him.
It doesn't matter. Just yell. Yell some more.
Anybody, get up here. This guy just does not think I've got the voice. But
He
why
does
else?
not.
Why else would they hire me to be the announcer of the
Because
Power?
you got a microphone.
Oh, I don't need a microphone. Look at this. I can go like this.
All right.
You can hear me right now. And am I louder than
That's all your friends. No mic for you. Get that arm in here.
We got a tattoo right here, the Power.
Here's how crazy. Since Dom doesn't need a mic, I'll explain that. I need a mic. I admit it.
You're the talking machine.
That's why I need a mic.
Okay.
It goes into a machine. Now, will you introduce the friend here who's all tatted up too?
That's D. Withrop.
Well, bring him up.
Come on up, D.
You said you're calling all these people up. Let's do it.
Now, Power fans, if you're watching out there, these are some of the die-hard Power fans in there, and we got some guys here. He's got the black helmet, he's got the gold helmet, and the original Pittsburgh Gladiators.
Oh, do it slow. She's on camera there.
The original arena
Pause.
football team.
Dom, direct him a little bit.
All right.
Use that powerful voice.
Right there.
Yeah, the camera's there.
We got the Gladiators. And Touchdown Jesus. Touchdown Jesus. as well.
There we go. Nothing like a little religion in sports.
That's right.
Definitely.
And after the way the Power played the last couple seasons, maybe we needed a.
We're not talking about the past. Let's talk about the
We're talking
future.
about the future, and this is a new
Right.
era.
What team is that?
It's the Pittsburgh Power. So for anybody that has not seen arena football, you need to get down to Consol Energy Center.
I've seen it, but don't talk about the past. Where's the future?
The new era. You already had him on here, Tommy Grady.
Hold it.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you see the
Tommy,
video? It was posted on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. I just did it again. Tommy Grady and Aaron Lassou. They were great guests.
It's actually
Lasway, sorry.
It's okay. Hey, that's why I'm the announcer. They give me the pronunciation guide. It's real easy to do.
Where is that?
It's right here. We got all the players. We got
Okay,
the
go
roster.
ahead. You want to name them all?
All
No,
right.
name the starters,
Name the
please.
starters. From what I haven't seen the final roster, but we got Tommy Grady, the AFL MVP from 2012. First team All-Arena wide receiver, Aaron Lassway.
142
Yeah,
touchdowns.
something to that effect. This guy was a beast. We got Preche Rodriguez, top 5 wide receiver. First team All-Arena defensive back, Virgil Gray. Fullback, Tommy Taggart. Great offensive line coming in here. James Bryant, he wears like a Hannibal Lecter mask.
Oh, is that the guy?
Oh, he's crazy on there. They brought Anthony Hoke from Cincinnati. 16 sacks in 2 seasons for Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland sucks. We know that, but you know. But there's so much talent on this team, and of course they got the new PA announcer, me, this year.
It's something new. It's a new era of Power football,
Sit down.
and we're having a lot of fun. Look, he just doesn't want me to stand up and get crazy for you guys.
Oh, here's why. You're on
I
camera.
know that, Alan.
You're not in the booth. But I'm sarcastic. Somebody introduce him to sarcasm.
Sarcasm.
Smoking Jim.
Hello, Mr. Sarcasm.
Jim. Anybody? Introduce him. That's twice I got him. Usually I only get people once, but he's good.
So what else would you like to know, Alan?
Well, how about the defense?
On the defense, we got first team All-Arena. Virgil Gray came over from the 2-time champion Arizona Rattlers. This guy knows how to ball. Big-time defensive back. And Sergio Gilliam's coming back from last year. He made some big plays for us all season long. So it's going to be a strong secondary back there. They're still not sure who the jack linebacker is going to be. We're waiting to see the final roster. I wish. Yeah, it's going to be the gentleman right over there. He wants
That's
to try
Mike
out.
Brown.
Mike Brown, ladies and gentlemen, your new jack linebacker.
Mike Downtown Brown. He lives downtown.
Any nickname, buddy. Oh, we'll bring it.
Downtown Brown can go up to the console, all right? And see that on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. Downtown Brown.
And then there was one wide receiver that I left out, and his name's probably the hardest one on the team to mention, is Sean Kalenamaku, and it's one of those Hawaiian names that, you know, as soon as I
I
saw
thought
the
he was Samoan.
yeah, something to that effect. I know. I think his mom just joined the Power Up Facebook group. So if you're looking on Facebook, you want to go on Power Up Pittsburgh Power Football, and they're the best fans in the league. They know what they're talking about.
You
But
have the two top fans right here.
They
don't
run
you?
the group, so I got to mention it, you know.
Will you mention their names?
And Bob got on the TV, obviously, because of the
I know, but you forgot the
tattoo.
better half. You didn't even mention
Mary Marshman, she's the admin of Power Up. She's the queen. She wants to say hello. This is Mary Marshman.
Hold it. Here's your towel. Get that towel off of this show.
But the one nice thing about arena football is that they're fan-friendly, and they're always reaching out to the fans any way they can. And as the PA announcer, I try to be part of the group and let the fans know what I can tell them, obviously.
Well, you're talking about the games. Why don't you tell people when they start?
Right here. The first game is this Saturday, March 15th, against the Cleveland Gladiators. We're going to show those Jaguars from Cleveland how you play arena football.
That's right.
They're going to say that on public access.
This ain't from around here, huh?
In Pittsburgh it is. They don't know the rest of the country it is. You just got away with FCC. This is what he's talking about. He'll defend that opinion there.
But you can get season tickets as low as $2 for $99
How
in
much?
the end zone. $2 for $99 in the end zone. That gets you all 9 games for the season. And the front row seats, which I know the Marshmans are in, $225 for the best seats available right now. And that's for a season. That's 9 games. Try getting Steeler tickets.
Tell them how to get a hold of this place.
You got to go to PittsburghPowerFootball.com, and they got information there on both season tickets.
I think this is too small to pick it up.
Unfortunately. So that's why the website's PittsburghPowerFootball.com. And if you go there, they got season tickets and they got mini plans. And if you get signed up now, you can get 4 games plus the opener for free for like as low as $39.
4 games plus the opener, and time's running out.
Yeah, Saturday's the opener, and we want to fill up the Consol Energy Center. I want that to be the most passionate fan base. I want to be the loudest arena in the league, and I'm going to be personally responsible for that as the PA announcer. If you show up, you will have a good time. And then again, it's a new era of power football.
That's what we want to hear. And you know what? I have to stand corrected. I know I've been very sarcastic to you, and Smoking Jim's my friend and co-host. I think you have a chance.
I have a chance, and that's all I wanted. Was
You have a chance. I'm telling you. Now go ahead and stand up and get them crazy, because I'm ready to kick you off.
One last time, Sip Sports Bar. Make some noise for Pittsburgh Sports Line.
All right, we're rolling, buddy. We're live.
Good evening. I'm Raymond Porter Jr. I am a staff writer, freelance sports writer with Urban Media Today.
Taking a photo? Tell him.
A total news website.
Hold it. Wait, I might have out of our magazine.
And I'm grateful to be a part of this wonderful show, seated next to these great legends. We're thankful for all of you. Thankful to be here in your presence.
Well, we appreciate you coming here all the way from almost New Kensington, I heard. Right outside of Penn Hills.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Isn't that where Aaron Donald's from?
He sure is. Aaron Donald, Penn Hills graduate, and I guess you could say soon to be University of Pittsburgh graduate.
Yes. And maybe a #1 graduate.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What's your thoughts on that right now?
I really believe that he is a special young man, not just on the field, but off the field, too, and how he carries himself. And every time he does something, he makes an impression. I mean, he really turned the NFL Combine out. He really did. And I remember the pre mock drafts. They didn't have that man listed at all. Now, after the impression that he's made, they got him picked in the first round.
Well, there's another NFL scout. I don't want to bust his chops. It's on the board right now. He's all in with Aaron Donald now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Who's that NFL scout? Oh.
Your man here.
My man, he's scout. I know that's
You
right.
had to watch his last show or two. He's been out of control with the knowledge he has and everything else.
He was singing the praises of Aaron Donald. He just couldn't mention where he went to high school.
Yeah, I think there was something about this year. It wasn't even about stats, it was just his impacts. And that's what he's going to be
You
to
make
whoever
a good
drafts
point.
him.
That's part of what we were talking about.
Yes, sir.
Some of it's the impact. 3 guys are blocking him at times. And when you don't have a team that's as great as he is, that limits you too.
Right. It's one of them cases where I would go to games, and if I blinked, I would see him either on the quarterback, blocking a kick, and it's amazing. So the NFL, if they don't realize what they're getting, they're going to find out, whoever drafts him.
No, you're exactly right. What's your thoughts on Pitt, the basketball team?
I really am. I just like you, Alan. I'm so glad that they won on Saturday. I mean,
Thanks for listening.
You're welcome. I was ready to tweet my frustration, and I said, This is what I was going to say. I'm so ticked off at Pitt right now. But don't you know that the game must have been on delay because all the screaming came on Twitter. He made it! He made the basket! I'm like, what? And then I saw it afterwards. So
yeah, I think there was a few second delay.
Yeah, so kudos to Newkirk.
You have to watch that social media. I try to stay away from it during the game.
And so we usually try to get people to follow, let them know the time, the score, and everything. But
right.
It's been good and it's been frustrating to watch Pitt this year. But one of the things I can say I appreciate about them is when they play with their heart.
Well, I appreciate the players, but what do you think about the coaching? Jamie Dixon, as Chip has mentioned, as Jim has mentioned, that he seems like a guy under pressure who's folding under that pressure. Is that your impression too?
I mean, I don't know if it's...
you're closer to the action.
I don't know if it's folding. I just think that, the phrase, when in Rome, do as the Romans do.
It seems like, though, he gets, when they interview him after games, and just the general questions that you're going to get, questioning your decisions, he gets so defensive.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the team is supposed to get stronger in February and March, getting into the tournament, and they've been going downhill since we've gotten to February and March.
Game.
Right.
I hope Thursday's not their last game.
Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, my thing is if they can at least win two. If they can win this first one, I guess it's Notre Dame and Wake Forest, the winner of that one, and then they get to play North Carolina, and they got a score to settle with them. So if they just,
I'm hoping they get hot at the right time.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
they do have some talent.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you score like they do and play defense?
Yes, sir. Yes,
then
sir.
The last 5 minutes you don't.
Yeah, it's true. And then it's decisions. It's not, and then it's what I put in a couple of my articles is when Pitt lacks fundamentals. I mean,
which is amazing what they talk about Jamie Dixon.
Right.
What do you think?
It was supposed to be.
He never agrees with me 100%.
Smoker Jim got his preach on earlier, so I remember that.
I gotta eat a sweet potato fry on that one.
Yeah, it's hard, man. I mean, I like Dixon as a coach, but I can see where everybody's concerns are.
As good of a coach as Jamie Dixon's his past record has spoken for itself. But is he the coach that's going to get them to the next level?
Next level, right?
He gets you 20 wins a year.
Right.
But what are you going to do come tournament time? Because his teams are generally unprepared.
Yeah, and it's true. And because his track record has not been ever since that 2009 season when they should have made the Final Four.
Yes. Yeah.
I was at a retreat looking at it on the phone. Had a phone like that. I was looking at it, and my heart just dropped when I heard Scotty Reynolds drove up halfway up the court.
Right.
And then we watched it on tape delay afterwards. I mean, that was the best team that Dixon's ever had.
That team, I had picked that team to go to the Final Four that year, busted my bracket.
Well, I can say this. I believe Bobby Knight had picked him to win it all that year.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
Over North Carolina.
We all were misled on that.
In fact, Sports Illustrated even said it too. I should have kept that article magazine, that particular magazine. They had them, so yes.
You can only save so many. I mean, you're saving all your articles.
I'm trying,
it's
man.
digital, so I understand that.
Right, which makes it a lot easier. Thank God for laptops and thank God for things, but there's nothing like having that real thing, just, with the magazines, as you know. Yeah,
as we
nothing
know,
like
trying to get this next one out.
Yes, sir.
And I want to thank your boss, Alan Lincoln, for everything that he's done for us and helping promote us.
Yeah, we're definitely grateful.
And it was nice seeing you again at a Savoy restaurant.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was.
We had a nice opening. You want to tell anybody about what's happening there with the radio, too?
Yeah, Urban Media Today, the magazine that I write for, we're partnering with a new radio station called WZUM 1550. And the goal and the objective is to produce quality music, R&B, soft music, and also have a lot of events on. We have church services on there as well, and other persons that just want to come on and take the advantage of the opportunity.
A sports show too.
And a sports show,
yes,
yes, sir.
That sounds familiar.
And as they say, stay tuned. Yes, sir. A good sports show.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
And I want to thank you for your time
I
and
appreciate
your insights, and I like reading your columns.
Thank you.
Before I met you, I used to tell you a couple times I like these columns, and you're like, thank you.
Thank you. And I am also grateful. I'm grateful to finally make it on the show, and this is a blessing.
Back anytime you can fit it in your busy schedule.
I'm not as busy as you, though.
Well,
No, definitely not you. Not you.
He's the busiest man in media today.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
No doubt.
And much
That's
continued success with what you're doing with boxing as well and the MMA. I was talking to the photographer, and just a lot of great things happening this weekend out here.
And stay tuned. We're going to have MMA lady here.
Yes, I did hear. Yes. Okay.
And the owner of Gladiators in the Cage MMA.
Wonderful.
Owns it. So
Wonderful.
their events this weekend.
Wonderful. That's what I hear.
Stay tuned.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ray,
It's a pleasure.
Have a safe trip home.
Thank you.
What you talking about? What you talking about?
Right now we're going to do our Pittsburgh Sports Line at Sips Sports Bar halftime show. This is going to be an abbreviated halftime because we got an MMA fighter here that keeps giving me the eyeball. I'm scared here. We'll bring her up after halftime. And then we got the owner of MMA Gladiators of the Cage, so we'll bring him up too. They keep staring at me, and it's not in a friendly way here. I'm getting nervous. I don't know if my Stephanie ring's going to help me at all. Forget about it. It's a little, yeah, but there's icing all over it. Oh, thank you. All right, it's halftime right now. Smoking Jim, we had a boxing match at the Royal Place, and now that's at Route 88 and 51. You can't miss it. Great restaurant, great food. Great crowd. It was packed. And we had 11 matches there that were unbelievable. This guy called some fights that were, you got to hear the video when it comes out. He's the best. Nobody's even better.
Thanks. Let Chip go first because I got breaking news.
All right, Chip, you got anything besides that chocolate cupcake?
Well, lots of goings on down in the south side this week. The Steelers are clearing up some cap room, and I think they solved their linebacker problem. Jason Wilds is in. Lamar Woodley is out.
Well, there was no doubt about it. They'll release them when they can save $6 million instead of $2.
Well, here's my only question. Are you allowed to draft 7 linebackers in the draft?
Yes.
Maybe they might find one.
Well, they're allowed. Don't worry.
They won't listen to Jim.
All right, Smoking Jim, I can't stand the suspense. What's on your mind here?
I got breaking news. Just got the call today at 3 o'clock. Next Monday, I'm going to be on national and international TV. I'll be the announcer when Team Ireland comes to town on St. Patrick's Day to fight Team USA. So next Monday, I'll be Mick Frazier. Everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
Congratulations, buddy. You kept that a secret. There's a brother handshake. Way to go. And that's it for halftime. Well, tell your fans and our fans who you are. Here, we'll let you, since everybody's having fun holding the mic tonight.
Check, baby, check, baby. Can you hear me?
No,
Hey.
they can't hear you throughout here. It's only on TV they're going to hear
I
you.
was wondering if it makes sense. All right, my name is Jamie Chesney, and
Where do you work?
I work for myself.
No way. What do you do?
Graphic and web design.
Wow, so you could handle like magazines and things like that, graphic
Yeah,
stuff?
I think I can handle that.
No problem. Whoa, double cover? Did you see that
No, I
special
saw
one?
that, yeah.
That's one of the mistake ones I had to save. We're gone.
That's why you need me. I can
Now,
fix
the
that.
reason you're here, no, you can't. That's a printer thing. You can't fit. I'm not born, yesterday, so we'll talk about that later. Now, I hear you're an MMA fighter. I can't believe it. Bill Boyce is a photographer of models, and he's going to always get pictures while I'm talking to models. He won't tell me when he's taken 103 photos. We're on air,
I turned.
don't drive him crazy. So when did you start MMA fighting?
Well, I just started this past July. I'm not a very good MMA fighter, though.
Well, you're in the ring. I give you more credit than just being in the ring. Do you hit anybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
people.
did you win any? You win any bouts?
In stand-up, not MMA.
Okay.
Yeah, I was undefeated in stand-up. In Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
Yes.
Get out. I just started watching some of that.
You like Muay Thai?
I like Muay Thai.
It's fun. Yeah.
It doesn't seem as brutal as MMA.
No, well, it can be.
Well, it's certain fighters are.
No,
Any like boxing.
In Muay Thai, you're using elbows, knees, and everything, right?
Yes.
They're just not wrestling on the ground and stuff as much.
Right, and that's what I had to fill in the gaps there for this next fight, to understand the ground game.
Okay.
It's a never-ending process.
We're going to be there to see your
You
fight.
will.
Yeah, we're there.
Thank you.
Thanks to Robert Joseph. We're going to be in the media booth up there, and we'll be watching the fights for our first time. It'll be my first time at MMA.
Oh, you're going to have a great time. Do you know what you're wearing?
I'm not going in the ring.
I have something for you.
I don't know what I'm wearing. That was a great segue. I got this nice color shirt that I'm wearing here. So.
Well, my sponsors, the Boilermakers, were kind enough
Yay!
to give me some shirts. Even though
They must
I'm
have
not
known
that good of a
I'm a
fighter.
union guy too, and I know the Boilermakers. You could say hi to some of my friends there.
Who?
Mark Angle,
Mark Angle. I just talked to him today.
Ross Ventrone,
Yes, I know
and Ray. Yeah.
The
We
great
know
guys.
his son. We interviewed his son playing basketball last
Thank
year.
you
It's
very
Jim.
much.
The only thing is we have a fourth member of our show,
Oh, I'll have to be sure to get you another shirt.
Zach
that you-
Renner. Yeah, but he's not on the panel tonight because we don't have enough room. We couldn't
Okay.
get you up here then.
Oh, well.
But thank you for the shirts.
Thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate
Wow,
it.
look at that.
Oh, this is very cool.
I'll show some
Thank you.
Boilermaker love out there. You gotta. They're just showing the front end of that shirt. That's the sponsor
The
there.
best sponsors ever.
Right on Banksville Road.
Yes, exactly.
Boilermakers 154. Here, get that so I stay in good standing there. You sure? Take two on that one. I was trying to get Jamie in on the photo since they were sponsoring her, not me. Thank you. I guess I can wear this.
Yeah.
Now, what do I... Yes, sir. We're still live, so you can keep talking even though he's taking a photo.
What do you want me to talk about?
Your training.
My training. I'm with Fight Club Pittsburgh.
I've heard a lot of good things about them. Where are they
Amazing
located
place.
at?
Right on Campbell's Run Road in Robinson. Amazing training staff, coaches. You have Mark
Who's
Cherico.
your coach?
Well, I have a few coaches. Mark Cherico,
Okay.
Tony Durnell, and Kama Worthy.
Oh, we had Kama on here.
Yeah.
And the bad part about it with Kama, somehow the video didn't upload properly, so we have to have him back.
Oh.
He was one of the greatest comedians we've had besides us. So he even told me he's an artist. This was a classic. He goes, I'm an artist. I said, well, we've had other artists that are great too. He goes, well, I'm an artist in blood.
That's how he
And I said it like he did. Right. Great one-liner,
Yeah,
isn't it? No, he's a good man. And how about how we met?
Oh, I know. Small world.
Yes.
Small world.
And somebody's daughter's here. I
Laura.
did meet Patty here. It's Savoy Restaurant, and to show you how it is Smoking Jim, this is why I tell you to go to different events. I went to the Urban Media and the WZUM events.
Nobody knows more about black people than you do, Al.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. You know, I was born in the Hill District a long time ago, 105 Pride Street. It's underneath Mercy Hospital right now. But that's where I was born for 1 year of my life. But thanks, Jim. But anyhow, Mara's mother's there. And she's talking, and she goes, we're talking MMA and boxing, and she goes, what's this Pittsburgh Sports Line and all this stuff? I go, oh, you have to watch it on Pittsburgh Sports Line on Facebook, YouTube, Verizon 32, Comcast 7 only in Bethel Park. And she's like, well, you got to know this MMA fighter that's a friend of my daughter. I said, there's no way your daughter's friends with an MMA fighter that's a girl. She goes, oh, yes, she is. She goes, it's Jamie Chesney. So, you know how I am, Smoking Jim. Even though I got this thumb phone, I said, well, have her call. I go, have her call. So you can see, here's all it is. Look, there's even an old school clock. No.
Wow, they don't make those anymore.
Yeah, they do.
No.
They just told me.
My mother at the store. They don't make them anymore.
You know what? Usually I try to trap the guests and catch them on something. I just got you. Because I was at Verizon 2 weeks ago as my son got his new Android phone. And I said, hey, could I get a free phone? They said, do you want one like that? I said, a newer one. They said, you can get one anytime you want. Just come up here.
Oh, they wouldn't
South
let us
Hills
get
Village.
one.
Well, you don't know Al Levine, the talking
see,
machine.
yeah.
Now you do. Just go to Verizon right here at South Hills Village. But anyhow, her mom, Mara's mom, calls me up and says, Jamie will be on the phone with you in a couple minutes. How about that? That's a couple weeks ago on Thursday.
Yeah.
So she called up, said she'd love to be on the show.
Small world. Small
you.
world.
There's that
Happy
2
to be
degrees
here.
of separation, Alan.
Yeah.
That's
2
what.
degrees.
That's why I coined it on Pittsburgh Sportsline. You know, you hear 6 degrees. Pittsburgh is 2 degrees.
True. True.
Think about it. And thank you very
Thank
much
you
for
so
showing
much.
up. Robert Joseph, welcome to the show. Introduce everybody to you. Your MMA guys that have been coming out here for the last few months, they know who you are, and a lot of people want to know who's the guy that has Gladiators of the Cage.
Well, that's me. I'm Robert Joseph. I own Gladiators of the Cage. We've been in operation since 2011. We're now just starting to make a name for ourselves, and people are really starting to know who we are. We're taking Pittsburgh by storm right now.
I know we're riding that wave right now because we're enthused about it. We're getting into MMA. We've had about 8 fighters on here, maybe 9 now.
Yep. They're all excited. They're happy to be here. You're doing a great job. You're giving them the exposure they deserve to help them get to the next level that they want to be at. So I appreciate you putting them on. I mean, it really helps these fighters get their exposure.
No, you're welcome. And we're finding out you have a lot of quality athletes who are hardworking business people out there,
It's
too.
unbelievable how hard these fighters work. And they all got jobs, too. These guys can't make a living off MMA yet, but there's a few.
With you, I believe they can.
Well,
that's why we're
try.
glad you're here.
We're going to try.
Now, tell us about the fights on Saturday night.
Oh, March 15th, it's a tremendous show. Stage A's been sold out for a month. People can't get tickets. They're begging us for tickets. The main event, Dom Mazzata, the Honey Badger Mazzata.
He was here.
Yeah, we talked.
Cody No Love Garbrandt. It all came about from the last December 7th show.
Right.
They're actually fighting for the 135 King of the Hill.
This is a title, right?
It's not a title
Because I kept telling Dom that, and he goes, "No, I want to see a belt." Oh, did you? I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, but I did see his last fight.
Yes.
And I thought it was for a championship belt myself.
The Commissioner Greg Serb, you have to have so many fights and so many wins under your belt. He will not allow a title fight unless you're worthy of it. And that's one great thing about Greg Serb. He's not going to just give you it. You got to earn it.
He's the same way with boxing.
He's tough, man.
Yeah,
he is tough.
He is.
He's a tough, good guy, but he's tough.
That's why a lot of fighters go in West Virginia to get easy fights, you know?
Yep.
But not here. We may go to other states once you build this base
You're
here,
darn
right?
When we're going to be Pittsburgh-based, and when we say, like I told you before, we'll go to Cleveland and say, come on, Cleveland, bring your best. We're going to take you on.
Here, you're
Pittsburgh,
hearing it
Cleveland.
first. You're hearing it first on Pittsburgh Sportsline.
And that could happen. So we're working on things.
Now, can we mention what your job is, your full-time job is now?
Absolutely.
Why don't you tell folks what you do here? Because it is a great job that you do.
I'm a corporal with Pennsylvania State Police. I've been a corporal for 22 years. I've been a trooper for 22 years.
22 years.
Salute your service.
What's that?
What barracks do you work out of?
Currently, I work out of Indiana, PA. I worked at Katanning, Pennsylvania for 17 years, and currently I'm in Indiana.
Where do you live?
I live in Katanning.
Okay.
A good friend of mine works down in Bell Vernon.
Yep. I may or may not know him. There's a lot of us.
Definitely.
Hey, I know.
But I wanted to bring that out, and we're focusing on the MMA fighting.
Yep.
And I just think it's great what you're bringing to Pittsburgh here and the sellout of the events that you have. I think it helps the economy here, too. It's another way. And these guys need sponsors, like I keep telling. These fighters need sponsors. You see?
Jamie did a great job getting her sponsors.
You see, here's a sponsor here.
And we've been getting the Gladiators of the Cage as well has been really getting aboard some great sponsors, people coming on board, believing in what we're doing.
Sure.
We obviously give them great exposure. We're on 4 different networks.
Right.
Currently, we air on Root Sports.
That's where I saw you, on Root. I misspoke. I thought it was Fox. But
we air on Fox as well,
okay.
Fox 53.
All right.
We air on My TV Pittsburgh. We also air on the network on Tough TV, which is actually the largest network, but it's not
Really?
the Pittsburgh market.
Okay.
They go out to 40 million homes across the country.
Wow, that's great exposure.
However, they're not in the Pittsburgh market. But you can go online, look up Tough TV, and you can see who they actually are.
We'll have to check that out, no doubt.
But yeah, it's been great. It's been a fast ride, and a lot of hard work goes into this show, because with Gladiators of the Cage, we don't only want you to see great fights.
Right.
We want you to get the entire experience.
And what is that experience? You want to explain that to us?
The experience is the atmosphere. You come into this fight, you got the jumbotrons, you got the lights, you got the cage, you got the sound, you got the interviews backstage. You're actually, you got to feel, when you go to a Steeler game, you want that experience.
Right.
When you go to a Pirate game, you want the experience. When you go to a Penguin game, you want the experience. Gladiators of the Cage is giving you that experience. When you come to Pittsburgh Stage 8, you're getting a total fight experience.
No, that's awesome. No, I wish you the best of luck. Now, what are ticket pricing, with your events?
Well,
I know you're sold out.
It's this
But you do plan another one within the next couple months or few months, do you think?
We have our whole lineup for the year scheduled. We're going to be in Johnstown at the War Memorial in May, on May 3rd, which is shaping up to be a tremendous card. We're back at Stage AE June 14th. So if you couldn't get a ticket for this fight, look us up on Facebook, Gladiators of the Cage, hit us up, tell us you want to go, because these things are selling fast.
When do you start selling those tickets?
We'll start selling those tickets, probably, or taking pre-orders at this fight here for both events, the May 3rd event and the June 14th.
Okay.
So, people now say, hey, I can't get tickets. Don't wait till the last minute.
What kind of capacity do you have at these next these
the
venues?
capacity at Stage AE is 1,400. Now, Johnstown's going to be more. That's a bigger venue. It's more of a stadium-type seating.
Right.
So you're looking at more right around 2,000 to 2,500 at Johnstown. So, but we got fighters. We got fighters come from all over, not just Western Pennsylvania.
Right.
We got fighters from Ohio, California, Michigan, from out in Philadelphia way. So
that's great.
They're coming in from everywhere right now.
I think your reputation's preceding you in a nice way.
I hope so, because we really put a lot of time to get these fighters their exposure. We treat them great. They're not going to get any exposure like what they're going to get with us. I mean, we go out, if you tally up everybody, 40, 45 million homes across the country. So, we're starting to really grow.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
Now, the ticket prices that we'll get.
Yeah, I just wanted to get you focused
They
there.
range anywhere. I could talk all day about this. It's
Well, hold
amazing.
it. We'll get you back whenever you can fit it in on your busy schedule. And we can give you like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We'll do it before one of the next bouts, especially the next one here at AE, Stage AE, because then we want to give folks time to see this.
Hit us up on Facebook,
like right now.
Because, tickets are not going to last long. They didn't last long for this one.
All right, give the pricing. We can't keep in suspense anymore.
They go from 145. Ringside are 100, down to 45 for general admission.
Only 100 ringside with that cage right there. I saw people all around there.
The reason we do that is for value. We don't want to come in here and charge people. We want them to get their value, and we want to make it affordable. So we don't want to gouge the fan. So it's affordable.
Yeah,
it has to be.
Keeping it affordable is key, because there's, you look at the Penguins tickets. I think they price themselves out of the market. But I mean, if you keep it affordable, you'll keep it packed.
We have to keep it affordable.
Well, they're growing. They're growing their market. The Penguins are in a little different scenario. They had the city help with their thing. You don't have your own place. You're not being subsidized. My respect is for what you're doing.
We're hoping to get subsidized, though.
Yeah, maybe we can work a partnership on this. We're looking for partners too.
I'm telling you.
Robert, I think we can work something out. Thank you.
Thank you.
What number or how else should they get a hold of you?
We got our website, gladiatorsofthecage.com. We got epicleapentertainment.com.
Okay.
Facebook, Gladiators of the Cage. But I have to give a shout out. I know we're running short time, but shout out to my production crew. Ray Reamer, my production manager, does a phenomenal job. Rich Miller with the matchmaking does a phenomenal job.
I thought Rich may have been here.
You know, he's a busy man. He's got a family and kids. He can't. But Rich Miller does a phenomenal job with that.
All right.
I got my Sam Schmiedel does a great job with my road crew.
Okay.
So I mean,
who else? Did you forget anybody?
I'm telling you, it takes an army to do this. I got a crew of 50 people that put. It's like a concert. We got to come in and set everything up.
Right.
It's a tremendous amount of work. So.
Well, anybody Robert forgot, including his wife. There's a shout out. What's your wife's name?
Tracy.
Because Tracy has to put up with this. This guy works a full-time job, maybe even some overtime when they need him.
She's been very, very good with it all. Really has been. She's been wonderful.
How did I do with that? Was
good.
that okay?
Thank you. Because Robert,
it's a pleasure.
In nice trouble going up. Good thing I got to go to work yet tonight.
I know it's a long ride home there, so I don't want you squeezing that steering wheel.
But like I said, my production people are phenomenal. I can't thank them enough. So it takes an army to really do this and do it right.
Well, it sounds like you're a good general, a great general. Good luck, General.
Thank you, sir.
And we'll see you on Saturday night.
Shirts, but we did launch a shirt line, so you'll see them at the fight, and I'll make sure you guys get some.
Can Z get a cupcake?
Lil Z got to replace Mendenhall on his fantasy football team.
He didn't have him on there. What are you talking about? He cut him before the Steelers
you
did.
already know anybody with the genius is no friend of mine.
Hold it. He's going to take a photo. You better do another one because he blinked.
One more, Billy.
Hey, Bill, one more. Zach got some other things there. Oh, he's too busy with models now. He just signed up 3 more models.
Well, obviously, I arrived late, but better late than never.
Welcome here, buddy.
What do you guys think about the prospects of Pitt in the ACC tournament? That was
They're going to get hot right now, okay? It's a sign of a team getting hot, a last-second shot.
I missed what I know you had something. You have something to say.
I think they're gonna fold like an omelet.
And he makes omelets with the best of them.
So all the teams get into the ACC tournament.
Well, yeah, they all get in.
Everybody
and
gets
there's teams that get like a first round bye. There's teams that don't play until like almost the third round.
So that's why Pitt plays in the second round because like the top 5 or 6.
Because they wrapped up the 5 seed in the conference.
Oh, what do you got here?
You're going to get one. Jamie Chesney got one. She's going to get it for Zach Brenner. This is the 4th member of our team. Whoa! You got to give me one now. They can't wear my size. They're bigger than me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it, Zach. I'm easy like that. I'll call her. I got her number here.
Okay.
No, I mean, I got Mara's number.
What kind of phone is
I got Mara's mother's number.
That's like a phone from like the Flintstones.
Oh, forget about it. Let's talk sports. We only got a few minutes left. Let's get this sports going. It's all your time right now.
Well, I'm happy that the Steelers are cutting Lamar Woodley. I think we all agreed with that for some time now.
Unanimous.
You know what? He's definitely overpaid for the performance.
And I don't know if you knew this. I didn't know that there was a special exemption that by doing it when they did, that since the season, like this business season starts tomorrow, that they get to stretch out his penalty over 2 years.
Yes.
So it's not a big of a kick in the nuts as it was going to be if they just let him go outright.
Can you say that on air? Yeah, he can.
So.
Yeah,
but the Steelers are not allowed to use the $8 million that they're saving on the cap this year is not available to them until June 2nd.
Yeah,
because,
that's the only difference.
You know, that's the only difference with what they did today.
And I don't want to grab my phone and look it up. We'll talk about this tomorrow a little bit more. But Ike Taylor put out an interesting tweet where it said the ink is drying for life. And it said something else like Ike or something like that. So I'm going to translate for you folks at home. Ike Taylor signed the contract. He's staying in Pittsburgh. I knew we didn't have anybody to replace him. So how can you get rid of somebody that you don't have anybody in place to replace? They don't have anybody in secondary. You know that, Jim. Like, they're thin. They don't even.
You know what? You're too smart. You know, I do have to tell you, you're too smart. I don't know how you figured that one out, because the Steelers sure didn't.
Hey, Zach, I got a question for you. You know, we've always been that debatable point about whether or not NASCAR is a sport.
Oh, no.
Did they know how to read the fuel gauge?
Hold it. No, let me butt in on this. Let me butt in. My sister, one of the best fans of Pittsburgh Sportsline, and my brother-in-law, Dale Earnhardt, come out and said they knew what would happen. They wouldn't have even been in the top running if they didn't pit stop when they did. There's a strategy. He'd have been number 11 or 12 if he didn't run out of gas. That's where he would have been. There's a strategy.
By staying out sometimes
it's not
late,
just left turns.
It's
not only left turns.
There's a lot to it.
See, you know, babe, that's where I've been screwed up all my life.
Yes,
because
you
I
have.
thought the whole idea was to win.
I was sparking.
It's the point.
I was trying to spark.
He still doesn't understand.
I was trying to spark Smoking Jim's attention when I told him that 50 Cent had a car team in NASCAR, and I was kind of hoping that might draw him in a little bit.
He thought he lost 50 Cent. That's what he thought.
I heard he called Macaroni and Tony and tried to bet on a race.
Well, I found him in the book. It's Tony Macaroni. I thought it was Marciano or something, but they call him Macaroni. I found out who he is.
If I can't make dollars, it don't make sense.
See? And that's why he lost 50 Cent.
Money.
And we're down to our last minute of the show. I want to thank you for showing up. Z, you got a last word here?
Always.
Okay, give it one word.
Bye.
Okay. Chip, can you keep it to 2 words? Because I know it can't be one.
Steph, love you, babe.
See? Happy birthday, Steph. Smoking Jim, what do you got to say here? And congratulations with the Irish. You got a green shirt? He's announcing.
I got a sip shirt.
Devin Shays here. Thanks, Aaron Ward, and thanks, Rookie of the Year, John.
And I want to thank everybody for coming out to see us. Come out every Monday night. Thank you to everybody. Annie. One last Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. Happy birthday. Drive home safely.
Good job, Lindsay.